Didn't I tell you guys that when a judge got involved, it would be the best thing for Deshaun Watson's camp? Although I will say this, to me personally, should have got 0 games. He's maintained his innocence the whole time. He's never wavered on it. And there's not one piece of evidence. I mean, think about that. 0 evidence that supports or substantiates what these women are saying. These women didn't have a problem with Deshaun Watson. They didn't have a problem with this guy at all. Not one bit of a problem until some of the pull under dwarf got involved. When he got involved is when everything went sideways. He tried making the criminal case on him, and the grand jury laughed him out of court. He's like, oh, this guy's getting consensual hand jobs? What was going on between Watson and these women was all consensual. He didn't force himself on them. They were getting paid. They loved it until Busby got involved. When he got involved is when everything went sideways. Tried making a criminal case out of it. Got laughed out of court. Tarnished his image. And Lewis Riddick's like, well, I don't understand. I mean, if you're innocent, why are you settling civil? Do you understand how civil cases work? They tarnish your image. They make you look bad, so you'll settle. That's all it is. A money grab. It was a class action lawsuit. Keep in mind, there was like 5 or 6 different agencies, including the NFL, that all investigated these incidents. And with today's technology, not one piece of audio, video, or they could not find, nobody's found any evidence to substantiate these women's claim. It's basically, they say, he said. And they're all agreeing together because they want paid. And they got paid. That's why it's a class action lawsuit. Deshaun Watson, everything was consensual. Did he violate the conduct policy? Yes, and that's why Sue Robinson gave him 6 games. I personally believe she would have given him 0 games. She did what a judge does. She looked at the evidence and substantiated her decision on what was there. And she even said there was not enough evidence to warrant anything longer than 6 games. And I personally don't think she would have gave many games, but she knew how emotional people would get that don't understand the law. Everyone automatically assumes this guy is guilty for some reason. Is it because he's black? I don't know why. Or is it because the media has made this guy look guilty? And these women should feel ashamed of themselves. Listen, if you're sexually abused, you would not continue to work with the guy. They continue to work with him. You know why? Because there was not a problem between Watson and these women. Ambulance chasers create problems when there are none. And that's what this guy did. If he didn't get involved, this probably would have still been going on. Who knows? But it's not criminal. He's going to a masseuses and getting hand jobs. Maybe he's got a sex addiction. I don't know. But the bottom line is they made this guy to seem like a rapist, and he's not one. Or a sexual predator. He's not one. I find it funny, though, with today's technology, they could not find one bit of evidence. 5 different agencies, including the NFL, could not find one strand of evidence. And Watson has he's never wavered on his innocence. He's maintained it from the get-go. So you got a guy that's maintained his innocence, never once wavered on it from the get-go, against these women that all have checkered past, most of them, and they worked with them. I mean, oh, you're being sexually assaulted, but I continue to work with them because I didn't want them to ruin my business. Come on. Use your head. This was a money grab, a class action lawsuit. So yeah, Lewis, that's why people settle. Civil cases are brought about for money purposes only, and they settle. If they didn't settle, these things would have been drug out for years. They got paid. Busby got paid. Everyone was happy in that camp. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson's image took a severe hit when, I feel for him because he was blindsided by this. He's going there. He's setting these appointments up. He's going back and forth, going to these people multiple times. Wasn't like he was going one time, though. I don't want to see him. Well, they continue to see him. And he was probably like, why are they bringing these charges up? Could he have been smarter? Yes. But, yeah, he's not a criminal. And I knew the judge would see it through the eyes of the law. She gave him the decision. I think it should have been 0 games, but like I said, I think she gave him 6 games because she knew there'd be people out there that are emotional, that don't understand the law, don't understand the facts that there's 0 evidence to support or substantiate these women, and he's maintained his innocence. And she spoke to him for 3 hours. She knows what type of man he is. She believed him. Moving forward, people say, well, he doesn't ever show any contrition. He doesn't say sorry. The man's innocent. What's he going to apologize for? Could he come out and maybe say, look, I wish this would have never happened? Maybe, but I'm not holding a man that says he's innocent anything against him. There was nothing to substantiate any of these charges. Nothing. And the fact that this clown tried bringing fucking charges on this guy, criminal charges, that pisses me off. You tried putting a man in prison just so you can get inside his pocketbook. That irritates me. That's what's wrong with this country. Thank God the grand jury was smart enough to realize, especially in Texas, because that's a black man going to trial in Texas, a rich black man. They could have buried him with no evidence, but they seen through the fucking bullshit evidence that they had none. So everything was consensual. He never forced himself, nothing criminal. He did violate the policy. 6 games is too much for me. I'd like to see maybe 0, maybe 2, maybe 4, but 6 games is doable. And people are talking about, well, Calvin Ridley got a year for gambling. That's the integrity of the sport. He could be betting on the line, and money could be changing hands. He should have got banned from. Calvin Ridley should be banned forever. Now, personally, Calvin Ridley should have not got a year, but you cannot bet. You just can't. But it was proven he wasn't betting on his team, so he shouldn't have got a year, Calvin Ridley. He shouldn't have. In fact, the NFL should do him right and give him 6 games. A year, no. I just think it's fucked up in this country when you can come bring charges on somebody with 0 evidence, nothing to substantiate your claims. I mean, no video, no audio, nothing. No, nothing. And bring a man to trial and just ruin his life just so you can get paid. That's embarrassing. So anyway, Sue Robinson did what a judge did. In closing, she did what a judge did. She's seen the lack of evidence and she made a ruling. I don't think the NFL is going to appeal it. I don't think they want to. I think they just want to get this over with. If I was the Players Association, I wouldn't be too happy about 6 games because he's innocent. He's innocent. This was all consensual. 2 games, but not 6 games. But I can accept 6 games. As far as the Cleveland Browns go, well, I know they got a franchise quarterback for the next 7 to 10 years now. That's what I know. Anyway, Deshaun Watson, we love you in Cleveland. We know you're innocent. We know what happened. We know everything was consensual. And we know that these women got bad advice from a bad attorney. And, well, they made money, but I don't know how they can live with themselves because they knew you weren't guilty.